Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to bring to you a video about my glorified selfies, I guess is just what I've been calling them. And basically they're my self-portraits that I have been posting a lot. It's basically what my whole Instagram's made of. A little backstory on how I got started in photography. I posted a little bit about it here on this channel, but not like a whole lot because it is, you know, a little more like music life themed on this channel. But little backstory, I mean, I've always loved it, but really getting into photography about 2 years ago when I released the Wormwood record, my first full length. I had someone who was supposed to be taking the promos for me, and I had this idea and it was great, and then the release date was coming up and the promos still weren't done, and she basically just totally flaked on me. But I had this vision for the record, for like what I wanted the promos to look like. So I basically just ended up shooting them myself, shot them myself, I edited them myself. Like at that time I didn't have this camera or my other nice camera, I had like a not nice camera, and I was really just using the timer on the camera and just sitting in front of it hoping it focused until I got something that was kind of neat. And that was like my kind of like breakthrough moment with photography. And then once I moved to Nashville, I ended up really expanding my portfolio with a lot of the local models there, just doing like trade work. I got published twice last year. This is basically just for anyone who's wanting to, for any sort of promotional use. I feel like anyone who's a freelancer in the entertainment or industry or anything, where they are their brand, you constantly need photos of yourself. And for me, when I looked at my Instagram profile, all I saw was like selfie mode, and I just hated it because it just looked so conceited, and I don't typically sit around like taking selfies of myself all the time. So I was like, all right, how do I make my profile look a little bit more professional? And I started taking my glorified selfies. So that's what I'm gonna show you guys how to do today. It's not super complicated, spoiler alert, so stay tuned. Alright, so I'm gonna get dressed, I'm gonna put on makeup, and then we're gonna jump into it. The hack, it's what I was calling it before. So I use a Nikon D750, that's the type of camera I use. They have these kind of apps for all kinds of cameras, I believe. Like I know Canon has one, Nikon clearly has one, and if you don't have an app like this, you can get these like shutter remotes. So they have wireless ones and they have ones with wires. You can just take the photo from there. So what I personally do is I have this app right here. You can't see it, and I'm so sorry. It is the Nikon app. Set up the camera, you connect it through Wi-Fi, and then it puts live view on your phone, so I can see what I'm doing on the camera on my phone. So I'd get into place, I'd set the camera up, and then I'd press the shutter button, and I could focus it through my phone. Typically what I would have done before is I would have had the timer on like 10 seconds or whatever. I would have focused it on an object, that would be like where I was sitting, and then I'd run over to where I would be taking the photo. That's the little hack I was telling you about. But also remember that when I shot the Wormwood promos, which you guys have all seen, I believe, I didn't have the app at all. I was using the timer. I just sat in front of a window and shot the photos that way. So it does work. Location 1 is going to be this bathtub, and I'm choosing this bathtub because I love it. Also, use of the natural light. So you have this giant window here, and it looks kind of like moody and stuff. It's not like I have a fluorescent light above me. This is a dope ass bathtub. So I'm gonna use this as our first location. So this is what I just took. Switch to the iPad cam so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. This is what my camera sees, if that makes sense. And this is how I'm going to take my photos. Because the camera's over here, I'm in the bathtub. This is a lot for me to take in, sensory overload. Alright, so I've just taken a lot of photos in this location, and we're going to move on to location 2. Keep in mind too that you don't need this light over here. Like you don't need any sort of artificial light. You could also use like a floodlight or something from Lowe's Hardware. Like it doesn't have to be this. I just have that because I like to shoot photos for other people. And when other people see a floodlight, they're kind of like turned off. So that's why I have these. last location, which is just going to be this lamp and this bed over here. Like I said, you don't need that light in there. You can use a lamp, you can use a floodlight, you can use a flashlight, whatever you have, it's going to be totally fine. I just wanted to show you guys just some variety and that the options are limitless, and then I'm going to show you some of the edits that I've done just so you can show that like that's really where, to me, the world of photos opens up. That's gonna do it for this video. I know it was kind of random, but at the same time I have had like quite a few people ask me about it. And I just think that it's really important for entrepreneurs to know that you don't have to have a lot of money to pursue things. I know there's tons of people coming out with videos like this and offering their insight in different ways. This has been extremely helpful to me. You don't need the app, but if you have an Icon or Canon, you can get the app. If you don't, you can use your shutter. Or if you don't have a camera at all, you can use your phone and use the timer on your phone. You don't necessarily need this light, but you can use like a lamp or a floodlight or a flashlight or whatever. So I don't know, I just feel like it saves you a lot of time. When I was looking at photo shoots and whatnot, like when I did my first photo shoot ever, I think it cost me $300, and we did 3 looks, and it was like in a studio, which is just some decent lights and some decent backdrops. I did another photo shoot in Atlanta, and I didn't know any better as a kid, and I think it was like $400, so it's like, I don't know, when you're taking enough photos of yourself and when you are your brand, you kind of want to make it look like as professional as possible. And I know it's kind of a weird topic because it's like kind of conceited, and there's so many other things I could talk about too, like angles, and like you're kind of teaching yourself modeling, and it's like getting comfortable in front of the camera, and it's also like it's good for your self-esteem because you're getting to see yourself and know what you like about yourself and what you don't before you're ever to go like shoot with somebody else. Like there's so many reasons why this is super helpful, and I would love to make some more videos on it, like diving more into like more complicated ways to take them and blah 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 blah. But I'm just gonna wait and see what your guys' feedback is like on this one, and then I'll just go from there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.